What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to another episode in my Path to Power. Before we get into this episode, if you guys are looking to purchase some FIFA Ultimate Team coins, check out FUT Coin Emporium. They're cheap, quick, and reliable. Their link will be in the description down below. So if I sound a little bit different, that is because I am recording this from my parents' house up in Wisconsin. So first off, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys in the U.S. and, well, happy Thursday and Thanksgiving to all of you guys not from America as well. It should be a nice day. It's snowing up here, which is kind of cool, but that's not what this is about. We're about Path to Power, and I'm picking up, yes, the young S-Vine, a legendary player from FIFA 13. I'm decided to go out and pick up his silver. He's kind of expensive though, 15. I think I pay 16,000+ coins for him right here, but I thought he was worth it. I really didn't like Ellie. I looked through a lot of the other options from the Bundesliga on the left side. Obviously, Royce would be the one that we'd try to build up to. There's no way we're getting our hands on Ribery as of right now. So I had to look through, and S-Vine is exactly what I thought he was going to be. He's a striker that's out wide that still thinks that he's a striker, which is phenomenal for the false nine formation because he is more or less going to be playing left striker, left wing sort of combo and ready to hit people up on the counter. Now, I needed a different center back because Boateng had somehow picked up a red card. And I don't know if that was like a bunch of yellows, but I do not remember him picking up a red card. So maybe he's finally got too many yellow cards for me, which I think still happens. I know it used to happen in previous FIFAs, and I imagine that it still does indeed happen on this one. So I went out and picked up Socrates. The price was right. He was really cheap, 700 coins or whatnot. He'll slot in there nicely for a few games. No worries about that. And in fact, I think I leave him in for a few more and forget that he's just subbing on. So that's kind of funny within its own right. Soren Brandy makes it back on the bench, and you guys will have to leave a comment if you remember what a legend Brandy was. I think I'm going to eventually get him into the squad and bring him on as a substitute if I do remember to do so. So we're coming up against Ruxin United. We're in the cup. He has a really strong looking hybrid side, mainly Bundesliga, but he's got that Serie A defense as well. And oh, there is S-Vine thinking he's going to counter, just absolutely outrunning Chiellini. Now, the guy I was playing took a poor angle with Chiellini, and that's why I was able to run by him with ease. But S-Vine, no mistake about it, 22nd minute, exactly what I wanted him to be in this squad to do. Elia he's more of a true left mid than he is a left wing, and S-Vine plays a lot more like I would like a left wing to play. Very attack-minded, trying to get in behind defenders, and that's more of a false nine left wing. That's not always the case with just a regular 4-3-3, but with the false nine, I think that's exactly what I want from my players. Nice little passing sequence right here, moving things about, and this is, again, one of my favorite parts of the false nine is the ease. Well, not maybe the ease, because at times I found myself not able to keep possession the way I would like because of the way the opponent's midfield could press me, but for the most part, I'm able to do what I want to do with this formation. I'm a little disappointed with Boateng so far, and I'll get into that more in the future. Now, this cross in, I mentioned this briefly at the end of the last episode. On corners, you now do not want to go straight up, straight down, where it's default aimed. Now I find that it is by far better to do an outswinger, if you will, away from the goal and start by aiming it on the end line. Go about 2.5 bars and straight left or straight right on your left stick, depending on where you are or which side you're on, and you will get a much better corner kick. Your players attack the ball better when it's swinging in towards them. I don't know. Try it out. Report back to me. Let me know what you guys think. But I've found that I've been scoring a lot more corners since I've started doing that. I managed to pick up a win right there. And the next match that we're going to get into is where the title of this episode comes into. The Skiller Extraordinaire that well, at least in my own mind, I like to think that I'd be capable of from time to time. But for the most part, I'm more of a passer extraordinaire, if you will. Extraordinaire is just kind of a fun word to say. Obviously, my gameplay isn't always the most extraordinary stuff, but I like to think that it does a-okay for itself. We're going to make a few changes as we need some fitness cards, so a little bit of club maintenance, which unfortunately is something we have to do. Now, I'm not running the two squads right now, so I'm spending money on fitness cards that I'm really not getting back. Now, I might go ahead and sell Boateng on because if there was a player to go in this squad, for the coins that I paid for him at the moment, he's not performing the way I need him to be. Now, that's not to say that he's not a really, really good player, and I think he actually fits this formation as a center forward really quite nicely. So I'm going to give him a little bit longer, but if he doesn't start performing up to where I think a 70,000 coin player should be performing, and 70,000 coins is still a lot to me, guys. That is a huge investment for the squad. I think he probably costs just as much as all the rest of the players combined, or something around that level, which is quite substantial. So there would be other options. Like a cheap option would obviously be Julian Draxler. He's a relatively strong player and would probably fit in nicely at that center forward spot. It'd be fun to try him out on next gen. I could obviously take like a player like Diego and move him up, because Diego attacking is really, really good, and you'll see that in this game coming up here. This guy, fantastic 4-3-3, number 4 Bundesliga side. The only issue I see with this team, and it's going to get exploited, he's using Gundogan and Schweinsteiger as his 2 CMs behind Boateng as a CAM. Now, the default work rates for those guys, Boateng has, and this is a little and one from S-Fine. This is me forgetting I'm on semi-shooting and being, oh, that was a little lucky, but I'll take it regardless. The default work rate for Boateng is high attack, medium defense. Gundogan is the same with the high attack, medium defense, and then Schweinsteiger is high and high. And that means when you use players with high work rates, or high attacking work rates as your defensive most minded midfielders in a formation, you're going to get yourself into trouble. You can see right there Schweinsteiger making a run through, and look at the gap in front of his back four. If he were to take Luis Gustavo as one of his 2 CMs, he'd be in a much, much better predicament for a large portion of that game. Peace check nicely getting forward and finishing him off. Now, the work rates is something I think that people don't take into consideration all the time. I've listed a few teams and people are like, oh, you should use Schweinsteiger. Or I listed a false 9 team that I've been using with Effenberg, the legend, and people said, oh, you should be using Schweinsteiger as a CDM so that you can get Gundogan into the team, because I'm using Khedira as my CDM at the moment. And the reason I use Khedira is because he has the medium-high work rates. He's got the high defensive work rate to sit in front of my back four and allow my 2 center mids, Schweinsteiger and Götze, to get forward, and I'll still be protected. So just something to take into consideration. How about that for a finish from S-Fine? My goodness. He is everything that I thought he was going to be. Probably one of the better silver players that I've used. He's strong, he's fast, his finishing is good, his dribbling is better than his card says, and I might be falling in love with silvers all over again. Maybe add a few more, but how about that? Clinical by the keeper. He's a striker in the left wing position. So for a false 9 formation, you really can't get anything better than that. Diego doing a little bit of the skilling, and I haven't scored obviously that's not the most impressive skill goal in the world, but that's still a really, really nice skill goal in my mind. A combination of a few different skills that absolutely beat the opponent at the right time, and a lovely camera angle for the finish right there. The cutscenes make skill goals all the more worthwhile. I'm going to have to see if you can still do the Rabona chip with X over the keeper. I think that's something that will probably be feasible now in the or more feasible now in next gen. I'm sure you could still do it on the current gen, but it's something to take into consideration. So all of those guys that are better skillers than I am, make sure to let me know about that. He gets a little unlucky on the switching right there, and S-Fine just going to cut inside with the step overs. Nice little burst of pace and a clinical strike into the far corner. I think that's 3 for him in this match, which is, again, exactly what I wanted. Elio was not scoring, and I knew I needed to get somebody that, it's, again, that more or less a player that could be a striker that's put in the left wing position. There are a bunch of players like that this year that that you can use on the wing. Hulk is a fantastic example of a player that would work well in a 4-3-3 false 9, because Hulk could very well be a dominant striker, but he's in the right wing spot. So you can, in the false 9, your right wings are essentially right striker-ish, left striker-ish. Shaqiri, maybe not the best for this one. Obviously, Arjen Robben would be fantastic. So I think I'm probably going to go out and pick up Thomas Muller, because Thomas Muller could also be a player that could very well just be a striker. Managed to knock this one in the back of the net. How about that for a strike from Shaqiri, though? And this, I just muddled all sorts of up. I thought I tackled it like 3 times. And right here, I was like, oh, brilliant slide that tackle to save the day. Wait, what? I just slid between him and the ball and didn't touch anything. All right, that's cool. Arjen Robben, no mistake about it, puts it away. 1-6 right now, or 6-1 right now in the 8th minute, something around there. And he is going to nab another one. That's a fantastic little move from Boateng. He caught me off guard going over to the one side and puts it away into the far corner, no doubt about it. So 6-2. This one's already out of hand, though. The consolation goal is that he's got no problem. And I wanted to show you guys this to show you that, hey, that long over the top through ball is definitely alive and well if you want to play it. It's a little bit easier to defend, though. So if you're cognizant and conscious that you're going to have to defend it, then you'll, chances are, be able to. Another nice skill sequence from Diego, though. Going to slot that one away. 7-2. That is how this one is going to come to a close. We're going to watch a few of the cutscenes while I give you guys a little bit of news here at the end. So, as I said, I'm up in Wisconsin till probably about, I'd say Monday. So, I'll try to get a stream possibly going as of next Wednesday. So, still about a week away. But that'll be as soon as I can get back to do that. I'm going to be doing a question and answer video later on today that'll go up on my channel tomorrow. So, if you guys want to leave any questions you have in the comment section down below, be sure to do that. I'll also ask for questions on Twitter at a later point in the day today. So if that is something that you guys have questions about, it can be just about me or about FIFA or anything at all, be sure to drop that. Also, I'll be doing it in the snow up here, so that should be a little bit of fun. Anyways, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, a like, a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.